Hey, this is Scott Cosplay Bonsai. So I'm going to start designing this bag. I've started drawing out stuff here. We've got the main bag, and we've got the 4 side pieces. You see on the screen here, it's these ones. There's 2 on each side. The front will be 2 pieces like this. Then you'll have a zipper in the frontmost piece, some extra pieces of fabric just for the design. Also the back piece with a belt loop in the back. The piece that goes around the bottom. I have this extra bag that I'm going to use if I don't finish this in time or make it decent. It's got a very similar design to his bag. It's just a different format, different color, you know, everything like that. So this right here will be this piece of fabric that goes all around the bag. And then we've got the top piece with the zipper, pretty much the same construction that I'll do, just one long piece. And I mentioned before the 2 pieces in the front. Basically there's a piece back there and then this front piece with the zipper in it. A very similar design. So that's about it. What I'm going to start is I'm going to do these 4, make them quite a bit longer than how I drew them out, because they have to fit here. They're going to loop, and then there's going to be quite a bit of fabric inside the bag so that they are held properly. After I do that, I'll probably start on these pieces or this one, because this defines the thickness of the bag. They have to be the same thickness. I made the paper forms. So we've got the main piece, and we've got this bottom piece that will go like that, fully around it, hopefully. We have the top piece that will also go around that. There's a zipper right in the middle of the bigger zipper. And we've got the clips. There will be 4 in each piece. We'll require 2 pieces of the fabric. We've got a belt loop. And then these front pieces, I also cut interfacing for some of the pieces. I'm going to use an iron on these interfacing pieces this time, so that it'll hopefully bond to the fabric. If you look on the interfacing, it's got a shiny side, that's the adhesive, and the other side's not. So you want to have the adhesive up towards your fabric. You use something, just a spare piece of fabric on both sides while you're ironing it, so that you don't mess anything up. But I'm going to try that. I haven't actually done it before. We'll see how it turns out. I used the iron to attach this interfacing. It's not perfect, but I think it'll help a little bit. So on all of those big pieces, I did that. And I started sewing these. This will be the back buckle thing. I did put a piece of interfacing, but I didn't heat it to the fabric, just to add a little extra strength to that. And these will be the side pieces. They're just basically loops. Got these pieces done. They look pretty bad, but I was just trying to do them quick. Not going to see too much of them, because it'll be just a loop type deal. And then this is the back strap piece. And for the front design, these 2 straps, I cut 2 more additional pieces. I'm going to do a similar thing as I always do with the 2 pieces, and then I'll reverse it. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be easily able to sew that with just 1 piece. So got one of these pieces finished. I just did a black line through the middle, just to make it easy. The ends shouldn't be visible at all. So what I'm going to do is have it like this. The zipper will be under that, so you can't see the edges of it. Hopefully the ends of the bag will touch right at the ends. I have the second one I'm getting done. I just have this chapstick sewed it once and now I'd have to reverse it, which is a pain in the butt. I showed different methods for doing that in the past. I'm just doing the really simple method of this. I was having trouble with the pins. What I'm going to do here is sew here and then also here. I'll take the tape off. It's just masking tape. Take the tape off and then do it again so it's solidly on there. Going over this quite a bit. I also cut the inside so it's a full opening. What I did here is use the masking tape again. After I made the slit, I cut the pieces and folded them over. And then I went over it again with the sewing machine. So you'll have a nice clean opening. Just have to take this off. And it works as expected. I'm going to do the same exact thing with the top piece. So that means I need to cut 4 more long strips that will be the same length as this. For these longer strips that will be on the top with a longer zipper, I decided to use the string method to reverse them. It's a little easier. So here's the first one. I'll just cut this piece off and then I'm going to re-sew to flatten this down. I have another piece of string. I knotted the end. It's just going to sit like this. You want it in the middle. You can use pins, or in this case I'm going to use some tape to keep it in the middle as I'm sewing. That way you won't accidentally sew over the string, so we don't want to get it caught in there. And then I'm just going to do the usual. So around, I will likely flip this over and sew it down. That way it's not going to be pulled out when I'm tugging on it. Got the big top piece finished. Fold it over the back so the zipper works. What I need to do first is attach this piece to the back of the first piece. So I had planned on having a separate compartment for this zippered area. Sewed the back piece on. I removed the interfacing from the second piece. It's really not needed in this case. Zipper's back here. I started taping up these side pieces to the front. And then I'm going to attach this just to loop around. Something like that. And I'll get this attached and I'll sew around this entire edge here quite a few times to make it structurally decent. I'm going to do the same thing with this, with the middle piece on. I didn't anticipate how this is going to work, so I had to cut a little bit of the thread. This of course goes on top, but you can see I have to fold this edge over to make it look clean. And then it's going to be sewn right here. And then of course all the way around. Same thing on this side. Got the top piece attached. It's pretty difficult. With the straps, I removed the tape. So it's got the 4 side straps. Here is the back piece. I'll have to go like this. So get this back piece on, I've been trying to sew key areas just to make it a little easier to eventually do these more difficult sections. So I did these 4 first. Actually I did the bottom first and then I did the 4 sides. I put one bit of the thread here. I'm going to attempt to do these corners. The one mistake that I did make was with these flaps on this side. I should have had them come out more. So just to check things out, I reversed it. I don't like how big these are. What I'm going to attempt to do is break the seams in those areas and then redo it all. So that means ripping all these seams, at least just this area right here, and then I'm going to re-sew quite a few times to make sure that it's strong. And then of course on the other side, same deal. And pull those out more so they look decent. This way I'll get it exactly how I want it to look. Obviously it would have been better to do it right in the first place. Basically finished the bag. I went around these edges quite a few times, so it should be pretty strong. Just have to reverse it. Most of the extra time was a whole bunch of little mistakes on my part that I tried to fix after the fact, like getting pieces caught or not measuring these, not doing these properly the first time. Zip it up. Zippers work nicely. Stuff the bag with a shirt and some other stuff, just to get an idea of what it's like fully packed. It'll work out nicely. I'll actually be able to use it for stuff. Again, with the extra pocket. So that's the Nathan Drake style belt bag. I hope you found it interesting. Thanks.